Hi, ladies and gentlemen, this is Muscle, and this is another edition of Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast. And today, we have a very special guest in the building. She's a YouTuber, also a beauty influencer. Listen, this lady here is your favorite digital hustler. You know who we have in the building today? We have Rochelle Clarke in the building today. What's going on, my sister?
Bing, 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 bing. I kind of felt that. That should have came after that.
We'll insert it in the post.
All right.
You know
Thank
what I mean?
you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming along. You know what I mean? How you doing today?
I'm good. It's actually really cold outside, so I'm depressed a little bit.
It's Canada outside.
I know, but
spring,
damn.
winter. It is what it is.
I guess I'll adjust. One day.
Welcome to Canada. You know what I mean? You're born here?
I was.
Yeah.
Sadly.
So you know what to expect all the time.
I do, but still, I'm still shocked. I'm still
year
surprised.
After year, right?
Every year.
It's all good. So let's get into the beginning of stuff, all right? When did you find out that you were a creative person as a kid?
When did I find out I was a star?
Yeah, that's what I said, yeah.
I don't know. Probably after elementary school. You know what? Mm-hmm. After I finished college,
Okay.
I went to school for social service work.
Okay.
And I remember I was doing my placement at the welfare board, you would want to say, whatever. So I was doing my placement there, and I realized I hated like desk work.
Yeah.
Like I hated that. And
That's
I was
not
like, oh my
for you.
God, I can't do this.
Yeah.
So after that, at the time, I mean, I was married, I had my 2 kids. So I was working at Tim Hortons
Okay.
after I finished college because I was still deciding what I wanted to do. And for a year, I actually, no one knows this.
Yeah.
I guess I want to say this for the first time. Oh my God.
Yeah.
No one knows this. Oh my God, it's a secret.
It's all good.
So I actually had foster children.
Okay.
So for a year
Yeah.
after I was working at Tim Hortons after I finished college, as I said.
Mm-hmm.
And then I actually had foster children for about a year and a half.
Okay.
And so around that time, I was introduced to YouTube and kind of online social media.
Okay.
So I had a few kids, and they had actually left.
Yeah.
And so at that time, I decided to just take YouTube seriously and just be a full-time online influencer.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it happened. So it wasn't a plan. I didn't know that it would come to me that way, but I just knew that that desk job, office stuff was just not for me.
Wasn't for you.
It wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
So I'm a natural-born entertainer. I've always been entertaining.
Yeah. What was some of the first things that you discovered as a kid? Was it singing? Can you jar anything?
Well, no, as a kid, there was nothing.
There was nothing.
Like, my Jamaican parents was just like, go to school, take your book. There wasn't any, would you like to try ballet?
No.
Like,
no.
you know?
Yeah.
So, in terms of the arts, I wasn't really exposed to much as a child, as a youth, and, you know, so that's just what it was.
Okay, so it's really, you were a late bloomer, but you exploded once you blew.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? What was the first thing you actually did on YouTube?
So the first things so I'm known for my family vlogs. Everyone knows I have a family and do the vlogging. But even before that, my first like handful of videos were like skits.
Okay.
So that was my first initial idea. Like,
skits?
I'm going to do the skits. I'm going to do like my mom impersonations.
Yeah.
And at the time, skits are really popular.
Yeah.
So it just was a natural fit for me because I'm just a natural comedian.
Yeah.
So I started with the skits, and so how I got into now vlogging over the skits was vlogging was a lot easier, and it was very gratifying quickly. Okay. So I was able to make the money and see results very, very quickly. Now,
When you say quickly, how fast are we speaking here?
I was making money in the first month of having my YouTube channel, and like really good money, and and that was just AdSense. That wasn't like any types of sponsorships. That was just views and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it, took off, and as I said, it was very instantaneous. So unlike skits, I didn't have to prep. I didn't have to write a script. I didn't have to get 2 cameras. I didn't have to get all this extra stuff.
Yeah.
I just took out my camera in my hand, even my phone.
Yeah.
So it was very convenient.
Just like that.
But I actually regret that.
Yeah.
So badly.
Why you say that?
Because my first love was the comedy stuff.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to think that I wanted to do comedy. It just came to me. Like, it was obvious choice.
Yeah.
And as I said, I made that switch to vlogging because it was easier. It was just easier.
Yeah.
I already had, a husband and 2 kids, and everyone loved that family stuff. And I'm just naturally entertaining, whether it's in a skit or my day-to-day interactions. So I chose that route, and I really, really wish I didn't.
Yeah. But to tell you the truth, I even seen you perform a comedy set already. Yeah. And this was at National Event Center.
How long ago was that? Like 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
About 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So I did see, and I think that was probably one of your first shows too.
Yeah, it was. I think it was my very first show.
And how did you remember that show there?
Okay, let me tell you. Even before I did that as a comedy stand-up thing, while I was still working at Tim Hortons after I finished college, I decided to just go to an amateur night at what was it called? Yuck Yucks.
Okay.
So I went to the amateur night and I was so excited, and I went and I asked if I could go up. He's like, no, there's no room, sorry. And I was so bummed. So I was like, let me just sit down in the audience. So I threw my whole script out my brain. I'm thinking I'm just going to watch the show. Yeah. He's like, hey, can you go on in 5 minutes? Yeah. I had to scramble to get my thoughts together. I went on stage, and I almost won. So it was like a judge by applause. Yeah. So I got the loudest applause, but they didn't want to let me win because the winner was going to open up for a real comedian or a real comedian. They were going to open for a comedian, so they didn't want to give it to. I'm a real amateur. Yeah. The other amateur, he was, he's been doing it before. I was a real amateur. So they're like, you know what? We're not going to give it to her. Let's just give it to the other guy. But.
So you got introduced to the politics of comedy right away.
Right away.
Yeah,
and I was like, but I won.
Yeah.
And everyone was coming up to me and they're like, yeah, you won that.
Yeah.
So.
But that was your intro into the comedy world. Yeah. So you understand how that goes.
Exactly. You know so I understand. So now fast forward to when I did my first comedy show years ago, I'd already, dabbled in it. So.
Yeah. You remember that night there?
I don't.
You don't remember that night?
It's foggy. I'm kidding. You know what? Yeah. I've done it a few times, so I can't remember. Where was it? I don't remember.
This was National Event Venue by Dufferin and Finch.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was, there we go, yeah.
That's a start, yeah. It was just, as I said, that was the first time that I actually seen you perform comedy. I've never seen you perform comedy after that again, tell you the truth. You know what I mean? It's usually the skits, usually the vlogging and stuff like that.
I did a few shows. I did this show with West Hype. What's it called?
Of course, Juice Comedy.
Juice Comedy. There you go. So I think I might have done 3
That was one of them.
Shows?
That was one of those shows.
All right then.
Yeah.
So now, we're talking about the same thing.
Of course. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right. Let's go into the vlogging a bit. All right. When you were vlogging, you started on your own, or you actually introduced your family from the jump of vlogging?
Yeah, no, my family, well, we were already kind of online because at the time, my friend Latoya, we were on her vlog.
Okay.
So
that's originally where you came from, was Latoya's vlog. And then you created
she introduced me to the vlogging, and then I started my channel.
Okay. And then that's where everything started to move quickly.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm trying to wonder, you said within a month you started to make money right away.
Right away.
What did you do? That was your start right there.
Yeah, but you know what? 5 years ago, the online was not as saturated as it is now. So now that people are very aware that you can make money from being online, it's just everyone's getting online now. But 5 years ago, people weren't even really sure how that worked. Yeah. So I had that advantage at that time,
Okay, so then let's go from jump then. Because I said family, so then let's start from Latoya. You guys were hanging out, you guys were friends. How did that even come about?
Well, we'd been friends years before all this online stuff.
Okay.
As teenagers.
Yeah.
So she went away and all this type of stuff. So when she came back, we just kind of picked up from where we left off. And she was already online at this point, vlogging. I was in her vlogs, So it was a natural progression,
And that's where everything started. And then I know at one point you guys were really chummy. And then at one point you guys disappeared.
Yeah, that happens. It's happened a few times.
Yeah.
So, but we're cool now, We're neutral, I'd like to say.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
So you guys are in a good space right now.
Exactly.
All right, because I know she's in Atlanta right now. You know what I mean? And she's actually having a baby right now, too. You know what I mean?
Yes, I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah. All right, so then that's good. So then let's get back to the family now. What was the dynamics like actually having your family in a vlog for the world to see all the time?
It was okay. For me, I have very thick skin. So, I mean, the thing that is different about being on television and then being a social media influencer, like being an actor, I'd like to say, or something like that, is online, you're like susceptible to the comments because you're running your own thing. You know what I mean? You don't have a PR team doing it for you. You know, you're going through your comments. So you're seeing what people are saying about you and or judging you, right? So there's that aspect. So that never really got to me. But there are times where you'd read certain things and it would just influence how you want to make your next video.
In a good way or a bad way?
I say in a bad way.
Yeah.
Because you're questioning yourself.
Yeah.
You know, so you're being yourself and then someone says, "Oh, I don't like when you do that." And then you think, "Oh my God, could they be right?" What do you mean? But it's like, wait, I would have normally done that whether the camera was on or off. Like, who am I? So
so then you question your judgment for a second. So would you actually make those adjustments or it would just be in your mind?
I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
I would like to say that I never let those things bother me, but you know, you'd rather not see those negative comments. So you try to avoid certain topics or you don't talk a certain way because you don't want to offend. And people are so easily offended these days. So you do take it into account sometimes. You know, it depends on what it is, right?
Is there any limit, like there's something you wouldn't show in your family vlog at that time there?
Not really. I'm pretty open. But as I said, I just kind of feel like the audience, I don't know if they can just handle the truth, you know, like, and as I said, because it's like a two-way street, you're putting out the content, they're commenting on what they think about it. So you just have to just stay in control of that relationship, you know what I mean? And not allow them to influence your behavior and how you think and how you act. So I guess in a way there is a limit to what I put out there, but they don't know that. You know what I mean?
It makes you only see what you see.
You only see what you see. So yeah, it is what it is.
So you did make a conscious effort, I guess. Certain things went out, certain things didn't really go out.
So let's say, like, you know, if I'm disciplining Naomi, it's not necessary to put it online. I'm not going to get the camera in the middle in the middle of disciplining Naomi or Jordan to say, "Hey," but you know, it happens. So
if it's on the fly, you get it, but you're not going to say, "Hey, you know, would make a great video today."
Exactly.
Let's discipline the kids.
If it's happening, it's happening. But So
because one of your biggest family vlogs that I seen was the How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that one's surprisingly doing really well for some reason.
That was crazy. Tell the audience about it.
Okay, so essentially it was around the Christmas time and I wanted to prank the kids. So my husband and I and my cousin, he was visiting from the UK. We took the tree and put it in the basement and we took the presents. So when the kids came down, they were like, "Where's our tree?" And they were crying. I can't even remember what they were saying. But they were saying some funny stuff. And then, of course, we revealed that it was a prank, you know?
Yeah, it was crazy because they thought it was real. I think Jordan might have said he was sorry for doing something. Yeah, it's like, wow.
Yeah, they were actually really impacted. So that was a really good prank.
Yeah. And how do your kids feel about the vlogging?
They love it. They like it. I think though that I'm a little nervous that they're being affected by not the comments or anything like that, but just this performance thing where when the camera's on, we have to act. It's like, no, don't act. Just be yourself. So they're like having these little split personalities. So
do they know the difference between being yourself and acting, if you understand what I mean?
Do they know the difference?
Yeah.
I don't think so right now. I think they just think they're being themselves, but times 10. But it's just me. You know what I mean? I turn the camera on, then they start saying this crazy stuff. I mean, not that they don't say crazy stuff, but all of a sudden you saying this? I have to turn the camera off? Like, man, damn, why'd you say that for? Start from the top.
So I guess you guys have had those moments where it's like you had to do a retake of what seems natural in the first place.
And so my daughter, she's 10, and so I feel for her, it's more obvious. My son is 6, so I think she's more likely to put on something, maybe put on a little facade or a little show or whatever. So
do her friends watch it?
Does that?
Her friends.
Her friends do watch.
Yeah.
So that's kind of weird.
Yeah. Do the friends' parents watch?
I know, right? So I mean, there's nothing crazy inappropriate going on.
No, for sure.
But even I have like a different, I don't want to say personality, but when I'm interacting with certain people, I'm not behaving like an entertainer.
For sure.
I'm acting like an adult or parent of my 2 kids, right? So sometimes I wonder if the teachers look at it and see like, she's weird. But then I show up at school like, you know what I mean? I can't. I don't know. So
it's that balance.
It's that balance.
You know? And how do you find that balance in life where it's like, okay, today I want to be serious, and okay, tomorrow I want to be more jokey? How do you find that balance?
Well, jokes are always a part of my life. So, I mean, I'm always lighthearted. I'm always fun, pretty much, you know. I mean, as I said, I got thick skin. Nothing really bothers me. So I'm always in that kind of positive space anyway.
Yeah.
But, So there is this thing, though, after so many years of being a vlogger and recording myself, where I do kind of feel like I just want to be monotone. Some days I'm just monotone, like this, like how I'm talking now. But on my vlog, I kind of feel like, oh, I got to turn it up. And now I'm stuck turning it up because now they're used to that girl and I got to continue to keep her up. But I just want to be like this, like, hey guys, anyway, so I'm going to Walmart. Like, you know, I just want to do a normal.
Is it that you're not sure what they'll feel if you give them that side of you, or what is it why you don't really want to give them that side of Rochelle?
I guess because they are accustomed to the exciting, fun, you know. But for me, vlogging was a lot more fun years ago. And it's just, you know, I guess over the years, a little bit draining, kind of doing the same thing over and over again. So in that way, it's not as exciting, right? But they're used to the exciting girl that they met 4 years ago, 5 years ago. So I feel like I owe it to them to keep up that craziness.
But it's part of growing, because I know even when you first came out, your name was not branded as Rochelle Clarke.
Yes.
At that time, what was the name?
It was Crazy Lightskin Girl. So again, that came to me naturally because that's what people called me if they didn't know my name.
It's the crazy.
It's that crazy lightskin girl. That is what people called me. It was real. It wasn't like a made up thing, you know. And even that was spun out of context. So people were saying, oh, there we go. What's it called? Colorism. Again, I'm like, oh my God. That's just what people refer to me as. So I changed it because I couldn't be bothered. And even that, again, you're conscious of what people are saying. So you're adjusting to please everyone. It's just like,
it's a never-ending cycle if you're always trying to please everybody but yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's why I even wanted to ask you like about your family dynamics. Do you think vlogging puts an extra strain on your family and your relationship and stuff like that?
Yes, I do. I do. It's evident as well. I mean, for me, it's added strain, and then other YouTube couples or family, you know, they go through the same type of thing, breakups, this and that. So it's not uncommon. It's an absolute yes, like for sure.
For sure.
And then even I think especially vlogging, because you're living at the same time as filming, and so as I said, you have this pressure to perform or put on a show. For the camera. But are you like actually being there for your spouse, or are you putting on a show? Are you hugging for real, or are you hugging for the show?
Hey, and again.
And then when it's done, you take your arm around and think you're like, you know, it's like
we're gonna get 10 million views for this.
Exactly.
No, but the thing with it is, again, are you even conscious of the switch? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it just kind of happens all of a sudden, you know what I mean? And especially for me, even in the beginning, getting so much attention, like you just want to like look at the comments, you just want to see what people are saying, look at the views, refresh. So you just get really caught up in it, you know?
Yeah, and that's why I guess you feel like that's where you were at one point, really caught up with what was going on online.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, you're growing up also, because if you've been vlogging now for 5 years, what you look like, sound like,
thought like,
everything is different in 5 years.
Exactly.
The children, it's so crazy to see how they looked 5 years ago.
It's weird.
You know what I mean?
We actually can see what they looked like, see how they acted, see how they talked, their thought process at 2 years old, and now Jordan's 6.
Yeah, that's so crazy. So it's basically from he was like 1.
Yeah.
He grew up in front of YouTube.
Exactly.
That is so crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I guess that, as you said earlier, it adds another set of pressure to the dynamics of family.
Exactly. So as I said, with Naomi getting older, she obviously is in the age range where her peers watch YouTube, right? So when she was younger, her little 6-year-old friends weren't watching YouTube, but now her 10-year-old friends are watching YouTube.
Because that's a cool thing to watch.
Exactly. So
it's crazy. What's been your biggest regret of vlogging so far?
I don't really have any regrets of vlogging at all. I just think that after a while, there needs to be a change. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I kind of feel like. You have to evolve. And I'm not necessarily doing anything crazy exciting on in my day-to-day.
Okay.
For me to kind of feel excited about vlogging.
Yeah.
You know, it's 5 years of waking up with me or going to Walmart, just doing regular things, though. So even for me, it's just boring now.
But it's you. But remember, you're living your life. Somebody wants to see what you do.
Yeah.
It's totally, you know what it is where we're at right now? At like all-time voyeurism is at an all-time high. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to see and know. And we're inviting them to see and know.
Yeah, so I mean, initially it was lots of fun, and I just kind of feel like I'm tired of it. Like I'm bored. I want to do something else, you know, and I want to create different content. So that's a challenge.
What else do you do as an all-around digital hustler? That's what I call it.
Oh, what else?
Yeah. What else? What other tricks do you have up your sleeve? Because we know you're a comedian.
Yeah, I do that. Well, I was doing the acting thing for a while, actually.
Okay, so you were really into acting at one time.
I was going to acting school for a while. I had an agent, and even in that, I didn't really realize like how much of my time it would take to kind of devote to the acting world. So I had to make a decision. Well, so I had an agent. I did 3 commercials. I was the main person. But for the agent, he felt like that still wasn't enough, so he dropped me.
Wow.
He dropped me.
Was you
know,
of all people. Was this pre-YouTube or after YouTube?
No, this was during YouTube.
Okay.
So this was like maybe a year ago now.
Okay.
Yeah, approximately.
What commercials were you in?
I was in a Coca-Cola commercial for the Olympics.
Okay.
I did a Skype commercial.
Yeah.
And I did a Go Transit Metrolinx commercial.
Okay, so these were all 3 big brands.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So the thing is, I was feeling that transitioning into acting would be easy for me because I already have an online following. So that's something that a brand could leverage. But my social media pretty much had nothing to do with it.
Okay.
Right? So I was hoping to leverage it to kind of give me a boost. So that didn't quite work out the same way.
Yet, because that's still
Not yet.
early.
It's
that's
still
so early in the game.
And maybe I went about it the wrong way too. Yeah. Maybe there's this. I think I'm going to do it differently anyway. Not the traditional route. I just don't see myself doing the traditional going to auditions. Because I was going to auditions like 3 times a week. So it was strenuous because I'm trying to do my whole online thing and then taking 3 hours out of my day to go downtown to do a 2-second audition, drive back here, kids after school. So it was a lot. So I'm kind of okay with where I am now with the acting, but I am going to pursue it just in a different way.
And I guess you took acting classes so you could learn the technical part of what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm a little bit like torn about the acting classes. I think there are some things you can learn in the classes. Okay. And also, it's like not what you know, it's who you know.
It's always like that. You're in the business. You understand this
I went
already.
to a commercial, for example, and I was a background. And so this guy was a lead. And I was like, oh, wow, what agency are you with? He's like, oh, I don't have an agent. I'm like, yeah, but you're like the lead guy. You're getting like $10,000 for this lead. I was like, so how did you get here? Did you audition online? He's like, nope. I'm like, do you have an online profile? No. What the hell are you doing here? how did you get this? And then he was just like, oh, a friend of the producers just told me to come. Yeah. Just told you to come. Just tell you to come. Yo, here I am busting my ass to be background.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not really discouraged about it.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Where else could we see you? What else are you pursuing? What other tricks you have up your sleeve?
So, recently I've rebranded.
Okay.
So I kind of got to this plateau place, you know, online.
Yeah.
And I just felt like I needed a change or like a revamp. Okay. And I was personally getting exhausted of the vlogging.
Was there any one instance, or it was just a matter of things?
It was a matter of things. It was a collection of all sorts of things, you know? So I decided that I was going to rebrand, and I'm going to not completely eliminate vlogs, but just move away from that as the main, you know, my main source of entertainment or online presence. Yeah. So I've rebranded. So I don't even know what to call this.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? It's called #UpWeGlow.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm saying, do I call it a movement or something? What is it?
What? I was going to ask you.
You know, I was going to ask you. Okay, so it's about positive lifestyle change that radiates from the inside out. So it's Up We Glow. Yeah. So it's essentially just self-improvement. So for me, as a young woman, I've spent like my last 10 years just focusing on making money or saving money or being responsible, kids this, husband that, So I had never felt comfortable or I felt guilty spending on myself or, you know, just being leisurely.
Putting yourself in the center.
Exactly. So Up We Glow is about finding that balance and just allowing yourself to experience different things, you know? So Makes like sense. Even traveling to me wasn't a thing until I went away and I was like, oh my God, I want to travel. Yeah. Like, wow.
Well, you weren't really big on traveling.
No, I wasn't. But why? Just because I felt like, I can't afford it. I got to do something else with my money. Well, I have kids. I don't have time to be gallivanting, you know?
Yeah. So then you came up. So then how did you even come up with the name and this? We'll call it a movement. Let's call it a movement.
Is it a movement?
That's what we're gonna agree on. A movement. It's a movement. Let's agree on it. It's a movement.
It's a movement?
Yeah. That's what it is. Movement. We're saying it here today. You know what I mean? It's a movement. Yeah. How did you even come up with that particular name right there?
Oh boy, I don't even know. I just well, I like people often actually say to me that I've glowed up. So the word glow is very familiar to me because I never used to do my makeup. I didn't even used to do my hair and all that stuff.
You never did?
I was a basic chick. I was real basic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When did that change?
With YouTube. Yeah. But I met like other YouTubers who did makeup and stuff, and you know, they taught me a few little tricks, and so I just adapted this whole beauty thing all of a sudden, you know. So there was that. And so when I post my little pictures, people be saying, oh, you glowed up, because they know what I used to look like. So seeing the transformation to them is like amazing.
You got to send me one of those pictures for the podcast so I could put up a before and after on the video. I'm gonna. If you don't send it, I'll find it, you know.
I look 11 in the other one. I look 11 in the before.
Yeah.
And 12 in the
We'll
after.
check it. We'll check it. I'll definitely check it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then that's how you came up with the name
word,
for the movement.
So the glow word was there. So I was like, okay, like up or empowerment, something. So, you know, up. There we go. Up we glow. So so it's not only about like beauty, makeup, but other things too. And it's relative to myself because it's something that is true to me. Yeah. And something that I live for real. So I don't have to like chase it. It's something that I'm actually doing, and I just want to be able to share, you know, what I'm doing and how I'm improving with other people who are like me.
So it's basically, we're getting now a mature version of Rochelle then?
Yeah, a mature version. And it's so crazy. For all these years, I had like no idea about branding and what it really meant to brand. Yeah. I have a lot of followers. And so I look at my other peers in Canada or in Toronto with less followers than me, and they're doing some great, you know, branding things with other
brand deals and stuff.
Brand deals with other, you know, big companies. And I'm like, why don't these companies reach out to me? But just self-reflection and looking at my stuff, it wasn't about it was about everything and about nothing, you know?
No, I get it. That's why I call you're my favorite digital hustler.
Jack of all trades, right? I do it all.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a good and a bad thing. So
I got you here.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
It did. But I just kind of feel like I want to show a different side of myself to my followers as well. Mm-hmm. So they're accustomed to the entertainment side, but they still don't know like the other side of me, the real me, the calm me, you know, the business me. Yeah. So I want to be able to show that.
And what kind of stuff will we be seeing from you?
All sorts of things, man. I need a lot of glowing up myself.
Yeah. Okay.
So that could be. I mean, I do my hair and my makeup, but I'll share that with people in a way that they can understand. But besides the beauty stuff, even things like how to save or how to be responsible with your money, how's your credit? Yeah. Like these are things that we don't often talk about because it's all entertainment. But these are real things that I'd like to share with people that I think about. Like I think about my credit, you know what I mean? But maybe people don't. Yeah. You know?
And I guess you figure you're in a position now you have these followers that they'll listen to you. Yeah. And you could share something you could really impact lives.
That's what I feel like I want to do. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I've always been impacting lives. People enjoy watching my show. You know, people write, my day is so much better after I watch your show, or I was upset earlier and now I'm laughing. Thank you. So I love feeling that I'm, you know, inspirational to people who watch me.
It makes sense. You know what I mean? When they say you inspire them, who inspires you?
Who inspires me?
Yeah.
Oh, I have lots of people online that inspire me.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm the type. I'm so weird because I don't have like a celebrity person that I research about. You know. Yeah. I think I'd like to say my parents, though. I guess you know.
Your infamous mom.
I know.
I see your dad makes an appearance here and there, but your mom.
Yeah.
Your mom, bruh.
So even that, I was saying, with rebranding, I'm Jamaican and I love being Jamaican and I love the Jamaican culture. Yeah. But at the same time, with my brand, it was a little bit of makeup, a little bit of Jamaican comedy, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Mm-hmm. So I have to find that discipline where I'm, you know, focusing on one, even though I enjoy a few other things. Okay. So that's another thing about it.
So you're just basically laser targeting.
I'm just trying to laser target what I'm doing so that can translate, you know, into business for myself, right? Because this is my full-time job as well. So there are brands who are looking for people like me. Yeah. But I just have to
put it in a box.
Fit the niche, and just make it easy for them to want to work with me.
Yeah. No, definitely, because your presence is very strong from, as I said, Crazy Lightskin Girl days to Rochelle Clarke, using your full name right now. I've seen the transition. You know what I mean? You see the crazy stuff. You see the calm stuff. You see the family. You see the kids. You see the husband. You see everybody. You know what I mean? But now you're matured and say, okay, I'm ready to see what else. We'll still get the jokes, you know. We'll still get the skits.
So with the comedy stuff, I'll still go to Yuck Yucks. I'll still do that stuff. You know what I mean? So that's just another skill that I want to even improve on my own. It's not necessarily a skill that I want to share online, but in real time, in the real world, like, you know?
Makes sense. Let me ask you, because sometimes I see you hanging out with a lot of other YouTubers from Canada, Toronto and stuff, like Femi Lawson, Dude McFly, as you said earlier, Latoya Forever and all those stuff there. What's your relationship like with the movement from the YouTubers from the Toronto?
Well, I feel like the Toronto online influencers, I feel like, I don't know if it's because we're in Toronto, but we're not able to access the level of opportunities that, you know, our stateside influencers are, you know, getting into. Okay. So I think that, like, me and Femi, we're very close friends and we talk about this all the time. Okay. And this is what I was just saying to you about rebranding and making our brand, you know, very solid so that we can start to work with the brands we want to work with and, you know, well, essentially make money, right? Because people around us are making money. Well, why aren't we? Yeah. So I kind of think that us as Black people, well, we're Black, but we're still having that difficult time tapping into all the resources our non-Black peers are able to, like, achieve, and they're
leverage.
And leverage, and they're not necessarily as popular or necessarily have as many followers or doing as much as we do. So we just have to change our mindset
But you remember something you told me just a few minutes ago about the commercial, the lead guy.
Yeah,
it's a lot of who you know.
Right, but I'm saying too, like even with myself, with the who you know stuff, I didn't even like to go outside. Like I was a homebody.
Okay.
Like I don't just go out for nothing. You know what I mean? If I go out, it has to make sense and all that type of stuff. Whereas my friend Femi Lawson, when he goes out, he doesn't know what he's going to expect. He just goes out, and sometimes he meets people.
Okay.
And just from a meeting, he did this Rich African show on Amazon with Michael
him
Blackson.
and Michael Blackson, yep.
That was a random opportunity because
just like
he goes out.
It's networking. You have to have them in your network. You know what I mean? We network digitally because even me and you, that's how we connected. You came to the office before. We connected that way. Then we networked digitally, and then here you are now. So you have to network. You know what I mean? You have to leverage. Now you have the opportunity of the audience. So then you go to somebody and say, hey, this is the audience I have. How could we leverage it to benefit both parties involved?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So that's what I'm trying to not figure out, but now that I'm laying the foundation, I'll be able to access those opportunities, you know?
What's going to be your first move in your Up We Glow movement?
My first move, well, I want to get more involved in the community. Okay. Because as I said, I do enjoy inspiring, but because I stay home, I don't really do anything. So right now I want to connect with maybe some type of charity that's local, that speaks to me. I know there's tons to choose from, but I obviously want to work with one that I feel, connected to or that relates to me. Maybe something specifically with women. Because Up We Glow is like more of my audience is female anyway. So it might make sense to kind of work in that, niche.
Even with that, no, you're saying with a charity or organization, would you do anything in the mental health field?
Yeah, I would. And I guess as Black people, mental health is this taboo thing, you know? Black people don't believe in going to see someone. White people do it all the time. Madman, right?
And that's it. There's no...
Just that alone.
What is a madman? You know what I mean? It's just...
Exactly.
Stop acting so crazy.
But white people go and they go every 2 weeks, and it's not weird, you know?
It's just we're getting into it right now. You know what I mean? Because with you being an online personality, I could imagine the emotions you go through on a daily basis, not even sometimes on an hourly basis, between the comments, what you're putting out, the anxiety of putting it out, and the pressure of recording.
Couldn't get as many likes. Isn't that so stupid? Like, what is life? I can't believe it's come down to how many likes I've gotten. You know? But, I try to just remind myself to stay grounded and not get too caught up in that stuff. But I put out a video the other day just talking about, just some anxieties I have about posting and wanting to share a different side of me online.
I actually watched it this morning.
Okay. You know what I mean? And then all the comments were like, oh, obviously you need to see a shrink and all this stuff. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but like people just were very just attacking me almost.
Okay, so I didn't even really get to read the comments. I just saw the video. I said, hey, this is nice. But again, I guess, okay, you could probably answer this. Between Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, when it comes to the comment sections, where are they most vicious?
I think YouTube.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Instagram is a pretty positive space right now. I mean, you still have trolls and haters, but I think YouTube is, that's
where they really get you.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about Facebook? How do you
I don't even really use Facebook.
You don't really use it. Okay. So so it's more Instagram and YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
But a lot of them, remember, it's a lot of fake profiles and all of these stuff.
Of course, some crazy people out there,
So have you ever had any weird fan encounters?
Well, one time, so when I just started vlogging, I wasn't conscious of like my house number and the street. So
I can see this going around right away.
So someone got my address and they made a profile with my daughter's face, and they called it like Naomi Slut Face, and they put my address as the name of the profile. And so we found out who it was. It was like a high school student in Toronto. Yeah. But that was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's completely weird. I couldn't even imagine you saying a story like that. I thought you were going to say a random guy brought you flowers.
They have my address.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah.
So I guess you're a lot more conscious now what you're
Yeah.
What you recorded, no license plates, no address.
Exactly. And luckily it was just a student. So not just a student, but it wasn't someone who was thinking, intricately.
Bad things to come. Hey, I'm going to stalk and come get you.
Right.
What's the best thing your fans say to you when they see you outside?
The best thing?
Yeah. Some of the best stuff.
They just say, oh my God, I'm so happy to meet you. You're so cute in person. They think they think I'm a giant online. Yeah. So they're shocked to see that I'm normal.
Everybody's tall online.
Right. They're like, you're small. Right. Yeah, they just say we're friends. That's the funny thing. They say we're friends because they watch me and they know everything about me. So we're friends, and I don't know it yet.
Yeah. You're like, my best
girl.
friend.
Yeah, they know me.
Yeah.
They know me.
What's your slogan again? It was shopping?
Shopping.
Right. Yeah, they want to go shopping with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so
you still do a lot of shopping and stuff?
I don't do a lot of shopping. I'm not a shopper. Yeah. Like, I don't shop. I don't like shopping.
You're almost nothing like what people think you would
imagine?
be. Yeah, you know what I mean?
I know.
We'd think that, every day you go to bed with makeup on and you wake up with it on. You're just fabulous once you jump out.
No, I'm a pretty down-to-earth person. I'm very, very down-to-earth.
Yeah.
So even with the shopping, like, I don't even buy clothes for my kids.
Yeah.
I give my mom the money and she just comes back with stuff.
Okay.
She loves it. I have too much anxiety around it,
Is it because people are going to bother you when or you just don't want to go outside?
I just don't want to go outside. And my mom, she loves this cutie, this cutie. Yeah. So
she was the one that used to drag you around outside as a kid?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's good. What's your relationship like with you and your mom?
It's she thinks I'm a kid still.
Yeah.
Forever. That's what it is.
Even though you have kids, and she knows she has grandkids, you're still a kid.
I'm still a kid. Yeah. So I live at home. So I don't live in the house I used to live in. I live with my parents.
Okay.
So I'm still a kid. Like, if I go out after 8, where y'all go? What? Out. What time y'all come back? Yeah. What? I pick up the phone. Who that? What? Like,
does she open your mail too?
Of course she opens my mail. Especially when it looks like it could be a check. Yeah. She comes to me with my check and says, "Situ check, yeah. What do you mean, Situ? Give me this." All right, now go get on me coat. Where are you going?
Yeah.
Coming to the bank with me.
Yeah, we're gonna go cash.
We cashing it. Cashing it. And then she be like, "You have $100. Can't let me."
No, I don't, Mom. No, I don't.
Just get 2 checks.
No, but I have some stuff to take care of.
But one said 200 and one said 100.
So then she figures her 1/3. You should have her 1/3
exactly.
ready. That's her manager fee. You know what I mean? Wow, no, your mom is hilarious. That's funny. Definitely, she's like the quintessential Jamaican, Caribbean, West Indian mom.
Yeah, she's like authentic.
Yeah. Do you think that that's where you get your smarts from, your wits, your jokes and everything from?
Yeah, because both my parents are actually quite entertaining individuals. Yeah. So it's a mix of both, My dad is more willing to be, on camera, and he actually loves it. Okay. My mom acts like she doesn't love it. I believe she loves it though.
Does she ever read? Do you ever show her the comments and the likes and all those stuff after the videos?
Yeah, I show her the likes. Yeah. Not so much the comments, but I tell her that they love her, and all she has to say is, "Why them not come at church then?" Mom, they don't live in Canada, like. But what about the ones that live here? Them can't come at church. Mom, okay, you know what? Forget it.
What part of Jamaica is she from?
She's from Clarendon.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, my dad's from Spanish Town.
Okay. Some serious places.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? You've ever been to Jamaica?
Yes, I have a couple times.
When was the last time you've been there?
Last year, August, and I was there for like almost a month.
Okay.
Yeah, I love Jamaica.
What were you doing over there?
I was there for a wedding. So I was on the resort for a week. And then the last 2 weeks, I was with family. Yeah.
And you liked it?
I love Jamaica.
Yeah.
Like, good. I'm obsessed.
Where else do you want to travel? Because you say you haven't traveled too much. Where else do you want to go?
I know. So I'm going to Miami next week. But I've been there. I don't even include the States as real destinations, to be honest.
Miami, Atlanta, Vegas. Yeah, you could. New York, too.
Yeah, New York. I love New York. But I just kind of feel the States is somewhat typical. It's not really like that kind of luxury getaway lifestyle that I would call, you know what I mean? unless you're going there for something.
Yeah.
But Miami's nice. They have the beach and all that stuff, and it's warm, obviously, right? But I would like to go to some weird places. Like Taiwan.
For sure.
I do want to go to India.
100% agree. I like to travel too.
Yep. I've been to Tokyo already.
Okay, how was it out there?
It was cool, and I actually went with an influencer.
Okay.
So he was able to get us to go, for free. Our stay was free, and they actually even paid us money for our vlogs, right? For our videos. So that was a cool opportunity.
Tokyo, how long ago was this?
That was about 2 years ago now.
Okay.
Almost 2 years. So, I want to go to some interesting places. I want to go to Italy, Europe. I want to go to the UK.
Yep.
Yeah.
You want to go those are some great places.
Yeah,
Japan,
I want to go to some
Iceland,
places. But I'm saying
Australia.
People always say the Caribbean, those little islands in the Caribbean, but that's a little safe or
You see the trick with it? Been to a couple of the islands. Once you go to 2 or 3, they're generally the same. What's different are the people's attitude and the food, but the look is generally the same.
Exactly. So I'm just trying to get I don't necessarily want to do all kind of commercial getaways like the resort idea. So I want to be a little bit more adventurous.
Yeah, go out and link with, I would link with the man them.
The man them.
That's what I like. You'll be on a resort, but I want to go see what's going on outside.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the life of an influencer? What's the perks of being an influencer? And exactly what is an influencer?
Well, I guess, now, an influencer, I feel like it's almost watered down. There's so many people who call themselves influencers these days, Someone has 1,000 followers. I guess you were influencing 1,000 people, right? It's just, it's pretty, self-explanatory. Just someone who has, I don't want to say control or power. Those are very strong words, but influence over people that, sense. They might follow or who follow them.
Yeah. And that's what it is. And what's the perks?
The perks, of course, are free stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. Free stuff and getting paid to do things that you already like to do, right? If you have enough followers and if you're curating your content in a professional way that, other brands will want to work with you, right? So they give you free stuff, plus they give you money to do what you're already doing. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a win-win.
Exactly,
you know
right?
what I mean? Wow. Who are some of the brands that you want to work with or you think would work well with what you're doing?
Oh, there's so many.
Okay.
Any brand can fit into it.
Okay.
Let's just say, I'll give you an example of this whole branding thing. So I posted a chili recipe, vegan chili recipe on my Instagram.
Yeah.
And I tagged President's Choice because I used their stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe normally in my past, I wouldn't have been so strategic in my thinking. I just would have just posted a picture. So I tagged them and they messaged me back.
Okay.
So with that, hopefully I can expand upon that relationship and do something where, we're both benefiting, right?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Definitely makes sense because I see you put in a lot of work and I see you're also engaging with your audience also.
Yes.
How important is it to engage with your audience as yourself?
More important than I even realized.
Yeah.
Only recently I've really gotten a handle of this branding thing and that whole engagement, analytics.
Yeah.
So it's very important. I've always engaged, but I maybe never thought it was that important. But I always like to talk back to my followers. I really enjoy that. So it's really important because people feel connected to you, and that's where your influence comes from, right?
Yeah.
So if you're able to take that following up another notch by having them feel like you care, which I do care.
Yeah.
So they feel that, and they feel like a different sense of loyalty to you, even though that sounds so weird.
Yeah.
Loyalty.
Do you say you have fans, or that even sounds kind of weird to you?
That sounds weird.
Yeah.
I don't even like to call them fans. I used to call them customers. I used to call them customers.
Yeah.
Like fans just sound so distant.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel very personable. So I don't really like to.
Yeah. I understand. It's family. It's the friends. It's
kind of funny.
That is funny. You know what I mean?
Hey, customers.
Yeah. At least you're being straightforward. You know what I mean?
Gosh.
What did you want to be growing up when you were growing up?
I wanted to be at one point a basketball player. I was a tomboy back when I was little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to be a basketball player.
Yeah. Okay. A professional basketball player?
Professional basketball player.
Yeah. So if anybody asks you as a kid, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Yeah.
Your answer
I
was?
was going to be a basketball player.
Yeah. Okay. And when did that change?
when I realized how stupid it was. Grade 9.
Yeah.
When I got to high school. And
you decided that, no,
yeah,
this
I was
isn't
like,
really.
oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah. And then at that point, what did you want to do then?
Oh, I didn't have any ideas at all whatsoever. Like, I had no idea. I knew I always knew I wanted to somewhat entertain in some kind of way.
Okay.
But I didn't know necessarily how. Well, maybe I'd like to say maybe I always thought I'd act.
Okay.
In some capacity. You know what I mean?
Do you actually, when you watch movies, you actually break them down and say, hey, I'd have done that better, or hey, that lighting's better, hey, I seen the cut?
Yeah, so I do that now, I guess, because I'm a creator. So I'm like, oh, that's something I could do in my video, you know? Yeah. But as I said, like, you watch some movies with characters and you're like, oh, this sucks, but you must know the producer.
Yeah. which makes sense, you know what I mean?
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. It's who you know, always who you know.
Who cares if you can act? Who actually cares?
Who cares? Who do you know? You know what I mean? Who's your people? Who's your grandma?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Who's your grandfather?
Right? So it's about getting your foot in that door.
Yeah. It's all good. Now, this is a round I have called Rapid Facts, where I'm going to ask you some quick questions, and you're going to give me back the answers.
You never told me about this.
I told you about it right now.
Okay.
Everybody.
So you're going to test me right now in front of everybody?
No, listen. Everybody gets that same look that you just gave me in your eye. No,
I didn't
listen.
get these questions.
This is so simple. Trust me. It's nothing
1 + 1,
crazy.
2.
No.
Like rapid?
Listen. Let's do it. All right. You ready? Mm-hmm. Don't look at my phone yet. Don't look. What's the wallpaper on your phone?
Myself.
Okay. Cool. What's the last thing you Googled?
What did I Google? Oh, some restaurant in Miami.
Yeah. You're preparing your belly for when you get there.
Preparing my belly.
Wow. Okay. Fast food or home cooking? Honestly.
Home cooking.
Honestly.
Home cooking? What do you mean, like McDonald's or like Moxie's?
Fast food. Okay, what's the percentage? Fast food or home cooking?
50-50.
Okay, you see, at least.
I'd like to say.
I'm getting somewhere with this. I get it. Okay, cool. No problem. Are you a cooker or a cleaner?
I'm a cooker.
You're a cooker. You rather cook than clean.
Yeah.
All right, exactly. I could live with that. That's a good one. Dancehall or lovers rock?
Dancehall for sure.
Okay. Who's your favorite dancehall artist?
Vybz Kartel.
I knew you were going to say that.
It's so funny because I don't know if people expect those answers from me.
Yeah. What do you think they would say?
I don't know. Mm-hmm. They always see this. I'm a nice girl. Yeah. I am a nice girl.
Yeah.
No, I am. I'm a nice girl.
Yeah.
But then I also love dancehall and Cartel.
I believe.
What does that say about me?
Nothing bad. Don't worry. Nothing too bad.
Free world boss.
Who was the last? Yes, beat him up. Who was the last person you called or text?
My children.
Okay. Last place you've been on vacation?
Jamaica.
All right. What is your hobby?
I don't really have a hobby.
Everybody has a hobby.
What do I do? Maybe my hair.
Okay. That would be your hobby. Okay.
I guess I do my hair.
Okay.
And do wigs.
Yes, I see you do that too. What song is playing in your car right now?
Before I came in the car?
Yep.
Oh, it was The Weeknd, Some Foolishness.
Yeah.
It wasn't Vybz Kartel.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Curry goat or oxtail?
Wow. This is quite difficult. Quite difficult. My mouth is watering.
It's Sunday.
They're both so delicious. Oh my God. I guess I'll say oxtail by 1%.
Okay. I could live with that. Okay. What's your favorite song of all times?
Vybz Kartel.
Yeah.
What?
What song?
Oh God, there's so many.
Yeah.
Should I just say some random one?
See.
Fever.
Fever. Okay. Fair enough. I get it.
Somewhere
One word.
on.
Okay. One word or phrase you say too much.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you get it. That's your favorite
I also
one.
say I don't care
Yeah.
a lot. My mom used to hate it. Everything you don't care. But I don't care. I actually need to stop saying that.
Okay. What were you like as a child growing up?
I was very sweet, I would say. But, my mom would beg to differ.
Yeah.
She's trying to embarrass me, saying she says I was like my children who are a tiny bit terror-ish. Tiny bit terror-ish.
Just a bit. Okay. Are you an early bird or a late owl?
I don't know, because I have to wake up because I have children.
Yeah.
I'd prefer not to.
Yeah.
I think I'm an early bird though, because even on the weekends, I still wake up early. So I don't even know how to sleep in anymore.
Okay.
I used to be able to sleep in until 1:00.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I had the ability. I no longer have that ability. I lost it. It's a skill. I don't have it. I don't know how.
No.
I wish.
No.
I wish I could do that again.
1:00. The only way I'm sleeping until
God.
1 is if I went to bed like at 9 in the morning.
That's when I used to be nice and worthless.
Clearly not right now.
Nope.
Okay. What's your favorite social media platform?
Instagram.
Why?
It's instant.
Okay, fair enough.
Right? You post a picture, you get comments, and you can interact. And I don't know, is it my favorite though? I just realized it's part of what's ruining my life.
Yeah.
Because we're addicted to it. I love it, but I love it too much,
Yeah.
I should be doing something else right now.
But isn't that so crazy that the influencer or the YouTuber is on it just as much as the people consuming the content?
I know, right? It's not for
weird.
me. I need to say that. It's not for me. I'm not supposed to be on it. I post for others because that's what I do. I need to put my phone down, but I'm here scrolling. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So it's a love-hate.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a love-hate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get you. What inspires?
I guess what inspires me? People who are able to turn their minimal situations into, maximum return and benefit and
Makes sense.
type of thing,
All right. Your favorite color?
I want to say black.
Okay.
Are you going to say it's not a color?
No, I agree because I like black too.
I love black.
Yeah, that makes two of us.
But I do like pink.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I feel about that I like pink.
I seen you
I don't want to
lately.
I don't want to. I really didn't want to. Like, it's kind of
Yeah, but you like
overly
pink.
girly, but
Yeah,
I do like
you
it.
like it.
I'm ashamed.
It's all good. No, hey, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Your pet peeve. What really grinds your gears?
When kids don't listen.
Yeah.
I have a lot of things. Like the mall closing at 6:00 on the weekend.
What?
The only time that people have time to go to the
Yeah.
mall, and it's closing early.
It's part of the deal.
I don't know. I find that weird.
Yeah. If you could have one wish, what would it be?
I wish I could go back in time.
Yeah.
And start my social media thing the way I want to and kind of stay on that path.
What do you? Let's elaborate on this one. What do you mean by that?
So as I said, I started with the comedy stuff. And at this point, I would have been really proficient in producing a certain level of quality in my comedy. Just be a progressive, natural, improvement over time. So I just kind of have this thing in my mind that I'm not going to be able to create the content that looks the way I want it to look.
Okay.
And it's not going to look the way I want it to look because I haven't been doing it for 5 years.
Yeah.
I kind of be starting from the bottom again.
Yeah.
So I wish I started from the bottom when I was at the
At the
bottom.
bottom.
So now it would be the top of
Yeah.
it. But I kind of wish I kind of stayed on that path.
Yeah, no, it's all good. And your biggest moment so far of your social media career?
Biggest moment? Oh, I don't really have a crazy moment. No, I think, I don't have a crazy moment that I can think of that stands out over the other ones.
Okay.
I didn't have a baby or anything.
Okay, I got one for you. Craziest DM you've ever received?
Oh my gosh.
It could either be crazy because of
Listen,
what it
man.
said or crazy because of who it was from.
I get random DMs of
Yeah.
things that I don't want to talk about. People sending me also that picture.
Yeah. Unsolicited pictures.
Yes.
Yeah.
Comes with the territory.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Give us one DM story, whether it's, again, as it's from it, who it's from or what it
I
said.
think. I haven't
It could
had
be
any
good
crazy
or
ones.
bad,
I get DMs about all sorts of things. Yeah. People telling me how to raise my kids, or telling me that like my son has an issue or mental problems and this and that, you know?
All type of DMs.
Yeah, all types of DMs. Inappropriate ones. Yeah. I don't get any crazy like fan ones. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, not really.
Yeah.
I was gonna say one thing, but I can't fully say it. But I have
cover it up.
I have kind of a person that I DM that I don't want to say. Yeah, they're famous. They're actually famous-ish. Okay. And yeah, they just DM'd me, and I was like, oh, yeah, okay, you know,
out of the blue.
Not, I guess so, because there's no real way that this person found me. Yeah. Like, we're not necessarily connected. Mm-hmm. So they DM me, and so it's not like inappropriate, but it's just that it's a famous-ish person. Okay. And then yeah, it's fine. But I'm just like, I hope they don't think that sliding into the DMs means anything. Right.
It does sliding in DMs mean anything?
Not to me.
Good, bad, or indifferent?
Not to me. Yeah. Right? I'm simply responding to a message that you sent.
That was it.
Okay? I don't know what. It's just a DM, direct message.
That's it.
That's what it stands for. And I'm directly messaging you in return. Yeah. Yeah.
How often do you actually check your DMs?
Every day.
Even the ones in the section, the other section?
Oh, no, I don't always check those. Yeah. I check those like once a week. You know?
Just to make sure you're not missing an opportunity.
Exactly.
Get that. That was great. Okay, that was the end of the rapid facts round.
Thank God.
Now the floor is yours. Okay. Anything you want to say, you want to big up, leave your social media. Anything. This is 100% yours.
Oh, wow. Okay, so of course follow me on social media, Rochelle Clarke Official, for some inspiration of mine and some tips and tricks that you can apply to your day-to-day life, of course. Big up to my mom and my dad.
Yep, for sure.
Love you guys. Even though you'll never hear this thing because you don't know what a podcast is.
Yet.
Right? Yeah. Free World Boss. No, I don't have anything else.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm out.
Okay, so you left all your information. That was it. That was great. Listen, Rochelle, it's been a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, I'm happy that you even came along, because trust me, your vibe, amazing. When people see the pictures and stuff, they might think, oh, I can't approach her. She's different. But after they listen to this, they'll know, buddy, she's just as normal as
just
anybody.
Wrap your hand around me.
Yeah, just y'all come
not fully, but ask me first.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah, you gave them your social and everything, so they're gonna check you out. Thank you again for coming through. You know what I mean? Big up yourself again, Rochelle. This is Muscle, and this is another edition of Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast, and we are out.
Bye.
This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinesmusichut.com.